The T-bills market traded on a bearish note as a low level of liquidity in the market saw rates inch up slightly. Traders at Axis Bank say they expect the bearish sentiment to continue given the level of system liquidity. Ahmed Agboola, fixed income trader at Axis Bank, joins me for a weekly wrap of activities at the market. Ahmed, thank you for taking the time out to join us today. Let's start with how the market is performing so far across different segments.
Okay, thank you very much, Esther. Thank you for having me. All right, so we opened the week with market liquidity of about 237 billion last week. We saw it go down to about 141 billion as market participants fund their key obligations. And later we saw it grow to about 250 billion as of yesterday. And as a result of this, we saw the open repo and the overnight rate trend downwards to about 5.25 and 5.75% respectively. In terms of the Treasury bills market, it was with mixed sentiments across the OMO and the NTB curve, and we saw the long end, the 365-day maturity, close at about 4.1, 4.2% levels. And earlier in the week as well, we got the Q2 calendar by the DMO, where about up to 720 billion is expected to be offered in the next 3 months. So this will be on the maturities of 2025, 2035, and the 2042s. So when you compare this with what happened in Q1 of 2022, where about 480 billion was offered, this signals to the market that the DMO is willing to borrow more, and as a result of that, we saw the slight bearish sentiment into the secondary market last week, where we saw offers on the mid to long end of the curve. That's the 2042 was offered at about 12.92%. In the FX market, we saw the demand. Sorry, excuse me. So
just take a breath. Just take a breath.
All right, so
perhaps let's just. Can I just ask? Because in the note that you put out on the market, you did mention that there was an absence of OMO auctions in the market. Is there a reason why this is happening, or it's not unusual in the market?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
So in the notes that you put out on the market, you did mention that there's been a dearth of OMO auctions at the market. Is this a regular occurrence?
So this week there was no OMO auction because of the level of liquidity in the market, and also there was no more maturity this week, and that was why I guess there was no OMO auction this week.
So for the FX market, I know that the CBN, I believe, is the Smith's results that are meant to be released today, but also at the INE window, the CBN supply was met with a high demand. Should we expect this to continue?
Okay, so as we have seen in the recent past, the demand in the FX market has always outweighed the supply, and we have also consistently seen CBN intervene to ensure that the rates are maintained.
Okay.
So last week we saw at the INA window, we saw the naira closed about 416 naira 74 kobo to the dollar, with a loss of about 17 kobo, and at the NFX window, the naira lost about 79 kobo to close at about 416 naira 37 kobo to the dollar.